So folks, it is main event time for Chapter 20, the big comeback. And as Tej referenced earlier on in the night, Sacrifice Pro is a company founded on tag team competition. So it is only right that on our biggest show ever is headlined by a Saints of Sacrifice title match. Tej, let's have a bit of history when it comes to Los Palaminos.
Please do. So we've had this band of brothers with us since the very first show, and they weren't in tag team action, but ever since that point, the world has been familiar with Los Palaminos, Frankie Vegas and Tyvee Lee. They were entrants in the first Golden Tag Tournament with a 100% win rate. They got to the finals, they lost to Kai Payne and Twister, but it wasn't a technical tag team, so they kept their win rate intact. Since that time, Ollie, they have worked to re-establish themselves. They took on the Unbreakables not once, not twice, but thrice, and they came up short. It was only when they had the competition at Bedford in the over 18 show, they scored a pinfall victory, that it really reinvigorated them, lit a fire under them, and they asked it. They pleaded with management for one last shot at these belts, and if they don't get it here, I think we can safely say, Ollie, that might be the end of Los Palaminos.
Well, it might be the last time we see Los Palaminos in title contention for a while. But Tej, don't forget, these two have already been through a match earlier on tonight. Granted, they played a risky strategy. They tried to stay out of the match as long as possible, came in, got the win, and got straight out.
But they are going up against the most dominant champions, not tag or singles, just champions Sacrifice has ever seen. Nearly 1 year since our anniversary show did Ken Nelson cash in his golden opportunity, and a pop-up spear and a full Nelson slam later, we saw the era of the Unbreakables, Ollie.
308 days, 7,392 minutes is exactly how long they've been holding those belts for.
And there's a lot of respect between these two teams. There's a lot of camaraderie.
That's 44 weeks. 44 weeks. They have proven that they are unbreakable.
And they beat the Brick Lane record, which I believe was 180 or so days.
They have smashed every record.
It.
Kent Nelson, Warren Banks, both former Ultimate Sacrifice champions. Both dual crown champions.
It's your main event of Chapter 20. And it's a tag team match set for one fall. And it is for the Saints of Sacrifice Championships. Introducing them first, in the corner to my left, the challengers. They are the team of Frankie Vegas and Tyvee Lee, Los Palaminos. And introducing in the corner to my right, they are the longest reigning, current and defending champions. The original wrestler, Ken Nelson, and Warren Banks, the Unbreakables.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event of the evening, and something we have been building to for a long time. Los Palaminos in the corner to our right, the Unbreakables, the champions, the Saints of Sacrifice holders in the corner to our left. Ollie, this has the big fight feel.
Biggest fight in Sacrifice Pro history in a way. When you look at the story, you look at the journey these two teams have traveled.
There has been so many roads, and our tag team division is the cornerstone of what we do here at Sacrifice. And we have been privileged to call every single step of the way since these guys basically began with us nearly 2 years ago in April 2017. Technical bell underway, Ollie. We are now in the middle of our main event for Chapter 20.
There is the opening bell, folks. Tests her strength to start off with, but Kent Nelson turns it straight into an armbar. And Teach, these four men have been in the ring together so many times now. Los Palaminos have basically eaten every offensive move that the Unbreakables could throw their way. And that works vice versa as well. The Unbreakables have kicked out of everything that Los Palaminos could throw bar one show, bar one match, and that wasn't even a tag team match.
This is the 5th occasion in 6 months they have now taken on each other, and the 4th occasion in 6 months that it's been for the tag belts. So there has never been a team that's had more opportunities to win silver than Los Palaminos. But look at this. Now, immediately, we're not seeing them rush to the end of it. We're not seeing them go for everything they can. They're taking their time.
I think right now, both teams know this isn't going to be a one and done. This isn't going to be a Brick Lane cash-in. This isn't going to be like 3 seconds. Yeah. Oh, head spring.
No shenanigans, we hope. This is going to be a down-the-middle contest in front of our largest attendance in Sacrifice history. Over 180 of you have turned out, and we can only thank you for your continued support. To have an event start back over after an unfortunate cancellation, to see this is a wonderful thing, and all of us here are grateful for it. And a wonderful main event.
Was going for that Shining Wizard. Kent, as I say, Kent saw it coming.
Scouted it.
He knew exactly what to expect. Picks the leg, and this one continues.
I think you're absolutely right, Ollie. It's going to be a case of not always who has learnt more, but who has more counters in them, who has studied more tapes, who has been almost shadow wrestling, much like boxers shadow box for their opponents. But now look at this.
Indian Deathlock from Tyvee Lee.
Rolls out, though, because he knew he was going to get the neck caught by Kent Nelson. Goes back to a headlock. This is very different to what we're used to seeing.
Oh, big boot. Chelsea boot from Kent Nelson, the original wrestler.
There's a big, big feat that Kent Nelson possesses with long legs attached.
Frankie Vegas comes in.
And the crowd is firmly behind Kent, something we have been very used to hearing. Very nice.
Arm ringer. Leg
sweep.
sweep.
The leg. Oh,
kick out.
Get,
not even one.
But then so much energy, nearly caught the ref there. Slap to the stomach.
Monkey flip.
Oh, caught the legs on the ropes. Got to be careful.
And now in comes Warren Banks. But TJ, I think this opening vibe, you can tell there is a lot of mutual respect between both teams.
Yeah. The human kaiju himself, Warren Banks, has been for the better part of a year the absolute standard bearer.
Oh, Frankie Vegas.
Oh.
Goes for an old school Hurricane Rana, as it were.
That caught him nasty on the jaw. Could have rocked him a little bit there, but yeah, the standard alongside Roy Johnson has been the man that's been carrying
running hip attack from Tyvee Lee.
Sacrifice Championship segments of our shows. Beautiful.
And there's that Shining Wizard standing moonsault. Standing
One,
moon. Two. Kick out from Warren Banks, the unbreakable one.
And it makes you wonder how we could ever see these guys losing. Of course, we did see Warren Banks lose that belt at the Championship Challenge Series. But still,
that was a chaotic day all round.
It's not something we are using clean losses. Going for the three amigos, perhaps. Go for the third, but
wait. Warren Banks reversals it. Oh, corkscrew suplex.
Something he's been doing for a while now, and it is so effective on his opponents. It is not often you see a man taller or stronger than Warren Banks, so when that momentum is added, that little twist is added, the whiplash effect is nasty.
Kent Nelson, flying forearm, and another.
Trying to knock the boys off their feet.
And now coast to coast, back and forth. Scoop slam. Well, scoops him up. Oh, wait. Warren Banks is in. Oh! tilt-a-whirl neck breaker combination.
2. Oh, so close.
Just a 2 count.
And that's the tandem offense we need to see from the teams in order to secure a victory. They need to work because of well unit. Oh,
wait. Triangle choke from Tyler Lee. We've never seen that, Tej. We've never seen him.
That. But Warren Banks is right there wing, and Frankie Vegas wisely keeping him away. And now a guillotine choke.
Guillotine from Vegas. This is unlike any Palaminos we've ever seen going to the submissions.
Very different, but the power of Warren Banks. He's overpowering him. Hooks him up.
Wow.
Look at that strength.
Wow. Oh, Death Valley driver.
Into both.
Well, both of them, both Tyler Lee and Kent Nelson. Kent took a bit of that, but ultimately it broke up the triangle submission attempt from Tyler Lee. Warren Banks willing to do anything to keep the belts around his and Kent Nelson's waist.
They know that sacrifices have to be made, and that's part of being a tag team. Oh, and a strong throat shot.
Oh, super kick from Tyler Lee.
Oh,
forearm from Banks. Oh,
roaring forearm. Excuse me, discus, Ollie.
It's the same thing, isn't it, really? Big punch from Kent.
Tyler Lee trying to strike the life out of Kent Nelson. Oh, could be getting him up.
Oh, that... Wheelbarrow face buster. Another combination. Tandem tag team move from Los Palaminos.
And throwing him on there. 1, 2.
And Kent Nelson kicks out, but again, Tej, we've seen that before.
And also, look at Frankie Vegas, though, dragging Tyler Lee onto Kent Nelson. Actually, physically throwing him on there. It's wise. He's not waiting for him to crawl over. He's sending him straight there. Oh, went for that spinning net breaker, couldn't get it. Going up for the full Nelson.
Tej, this could be it. If Kent Nelson can make the pin cover, this could be it.
But I think he's still rocked. His head's still bouncing around from that wheelbarrow slam. And I think he needs to make a tag instead of going for a pin.
I think you might be right.
Tyvee just trying to get up.
Get some separation. In comes Banks.
And before Tyvee can even get up to his feet to make a tag.
Ripcord
for a meter
but knee couldn't quite grab it. Spins it around. Tyvee going for a ripcord. Shote. Meter burn knee.
Finds its mark and up Tyvee Lee goes.
Backbreaker. In comes Kent.
Coming
off the ropes. Big elbow.
And Vegas trying to go in. 2.
Oh, Frankie Vegas knocking Kent Nelson to break up the pin.
And this is what we need to see from tag teams. This is how they need to work.
This is all or nothing. Desperation.
Kent caught in the ropes.
You see, that's some mutual respect there from Frankie
definitely.
Vegas.
He wanted to get him out, but didn't want to.
8 to 4. Oh, diving kick from leg lariat from Tyvee Lee.
Yeah, Kent, he didn't want to get Kent into severe injury, just went him out of the ring. Good respect shown. Even gave him a tag.
Tag made.
Rather than, cheating when they want to make sure they do it properly. This is what Palaminos have worked for over a year for. And now it could be going.
Oh, wait.
We've seen them do this before. This is how they tried to win the Golden Tag Tournament in year 2.
Huge splash from Tyvee Lee.
Beautiful.
From the heavens. The suicide blonde flies in from the shoulders of Frankie Vegas.
That was over 15 feet.
Splash from Vegas. 1, 2. Oh, Kent Nelson in to make the save.
How is Kent still standing after his foot got
goodness.
Caught? Wow. They have taken this to new heights.
Literally.
Wow. And all 4 men now exhausted.
Fighting from their knees. Warren Banks and Frankie Vegas trading forearms, as is Kent Nelson and Tyvee Lee.
No clear advantage for either team yet. It is all about who has more in the tank.
Oh, super kick blocked. Oh, miscommunication. Kent Nelson through the boot of Tyvee Lee into the face of Frankie Vegas. Oh, F5.
Beautiful F5. Tyvee Lee could be out.
Oh, Spear from Warren Banks.
Out of nowhere.
1, 2, 3. Oh, just the 2 count. Frankie Vegas with the shoulder up.
How did he kick out of the bullet vehicle, the spear, whatever you want to call it? It is a huge man running at you full force and slicing through your stomach. How did he kick out of that? Tyree Lee has not moved.
Wait. What? Kent Nelson's got... Whoa.
Ken Nelson wants to win at any opportunity.
Kent Nelson wants to use the belt as a weapon.
Frankie Vegas knocking him into him.
And Warren Banks doing the right thing, says no, not like this.
Rolls him
roll
through.
up. 1, 2. Oh, Warren Banks able to worm his way out. And now Warren Banks, step up enziguri. Tag made.
Tagged himself in. But Warren Banks is wanting to make sure he puts a statement on this. This is properly. Tyree Lee. Went for the pop-up spin. No one there.
Leapfrog.
Picks him
Frankie
up.
Vegas. There's the boot. Stacks the deck. 1, 2, 3. The Palaminos have done it. The Palaminos have done it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners. And new Saints of Sacrifice champions, Los Palaminos.
308 days of dominance from the Unbreakables.
But a 1-year journey, or a 2-year journey for Los Palaminos. And they've climbed the mountain, they worked back from the bottom up. They scratched, they clawed, they bled. And they won those belts. Fair and square.
Literally the 11th hour for them. If it wasn't today, it would never have been. The streak is over of the Unbreakables. And TJ, I hate to say it, but there was miscommunication for the first time. For the first time, cracks showing between Banks and Nelson.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's February the 10th, 2019. The Unbreakables have been broken. But the boys still have their belts. They're not giving them over. Ken has become obsessed with the belts, but he needs to accept that is it. And it's hard.
We've seen the mutual respect throughout this match from both teams. It was only until Kent Nelson went to use one as a weapon and Warren Banks had to come in and stop things. But a sign of respect from all 4 men. That is what Sacrifice Pro is all about.
It is pro wrestling with heart. It is moments like this. It is seeing a team work so hard behind the scenes and on shows, putting 110% in and never saying no, saying what can I do better.
Finalists in our first ever Golden Tag Tournament.
Finalists in our second Gold Tag Tournament.
But they weren't able to get the big win until today. It is the big comeback for Sacrifice Pro, and it is the huge comeback for Los Palaminos.
We do have brand new Saints of Sacrifice champions.
But folks, that brings a close to the show today. And what a show it's been. Sacrifice Pro, we came back with a bang.
And we are never going away. Never. And if you can learn anything from our show about the way we are versus the way Los Palaminos are, it's that none of us will ever stop trying.
But folks, I have been the Mastermind Ollie Spring.
I have been TJ Lee.
And we will see you next time at Sacrifice Pro.